Izu and welcome to a new cast video. Nemo's on my lap, right in front of the desk, like right in front of me, and thus in front of the microphone. So if you hear purring or something else, that's Nemo. Today I'm making the original Bratz doll cast. So that be Chloe, Sasha, Jade, and Yasmin. I've been in a cast streak lately and I just keep wanting to make Sims. I go through periods of different type of gaming the Sims. Like I for a really long time only built houses. Then I got into gameplay and into like storytelling, which I still am really in the thick of it with my legacy challenge and my other series. But lately I've been really wanting to do some cast videos and I am embracing that. So we're starting with Sasha. I had so much fun creating these Sims. I really rarely, like extremely rarely, make cartoonish looking Sims. Like I just don't really like the style personally. I mean, I don't mean it in a I don't like the look of it. I think these Sims are really cool and I really appreciate other creators who make like cartoonish looking Sims. It's just not the style of Sims that I like to play with. I like my Sims to look more realistic. However, sometimes it's really fun to go out of your comfort zone and try something different. And today I took a very cartoonish approach to my Sims. I did not get the slider that makes it possible to get even bigger eyes for your Sims. I should probably have done that, but I was lazy. I wanted to do these Sims right then and there, and yeah, that's what I did. So I didn't get any new CC, I didn't get nothing. I just started up my game and started making these Bratz. So the eyes are big, but maybe not as big as they could have been. I tried to make them look as close to what the Bratz dolls themselves look like. They don't look like real human, but I don't know, it's like almost doll-like or like the original dolls, but not quite, because the eyes are not big enough and the heads are not big enough, and you know what I mean. Anyways, I tried my best in the limitations of The Sims and this is the result. I also really wanted to challenge myself with giving them clothes and fashion based on my childhood Bratz styles, like 2000s Bratz, because that's when I was a kid in the 2000s. And when I think of Bratz, that's what I think. I don't know really what the Bratz look like right now, but I try to like remember what they looked before. I had some like inspiration photos of their fashion and all that, but I didn't want to replicate anything completely and just try to think of them as how I remembered them. I don't think I ever had Sasha's doll. I think I only had Jasmine, or maybe I can't remember which one I had. I had Sasha or Yasmin, but I think I did have Jasmine. And I got the doll before it became widely known. Like they didn't sell Bratz dolls at that time in where I live in Finland. The concept or the hype hadn't yet come to Finland, but my father, who lives abroad, he sent me a Bratz doll and I was super curious to receive this cool doll in the mail. And I don't know, it was really bizarre because I was used to Barbies and the Bratz are really different. I just think it was really cool, and all my friends also thought it was really cool. And yeah, then eventually came to Finland as well, like a year later or something like that. And then to me it was all news by that point. I was like, oh yeah, the Bratz, I already have that. No, I'm kidding. But as I said, I was more into Barbies. I was also into Polly Pockets, so Bratz didn't really get too much attention. I think I just prefer the more realistic look of Barbies, and I had more of them at that time. And I also found it really odd that the Bratz didn't have legs. Like, well, or they did have legs, but their shoes kind of snapped off their legs, like that you could like take off their feet, and they just had these like little nubs at the end of their feet. It was a bit bizarre. And also the body proportions were a little bit too exaggerated for my taste. So I did end up not playing too much with Bratz and just continuing to play with Barbies and Polly Pockets. I loved Legos and Polly Pockets, and I mixed them too a lot. But I did venture into some of the Bratz, and my sister actually was into Bratz. I was more like a Barbie girl, and she was more like a Bratz girl, and she had a couple more of them than I did. I don't really remember if we played that much with them. When we were kids, we just played with kind of whatever. If I had Barbies, I played with Barbies, and then I mixed in some other toys. Like, we didn't really care what we were playing with, so it was just like a amalgamation of every toy that we owned, and we were mixing like Polly Pockets and Legos and Schleich figurines, and then like Bratz and Barbies and other dolls and horse toys, and like it was not really brand specific. I did enjoy the fashion aspect of the Bratz dolls, and I also loved the hair. It was awesome that they came with like super cool hairstyles and everything. So yes, I loved that part. And I don't know, I just had the idea to make Bratz one day. Like, I was thinking about it, how cool they would look in The Sims, and I wanted to try it, and I absolutely loved it because I could play with like really kind of almost caricatured facial features, like huge eyes and enormous lips and like small noses and big heads. And like I tried to give them big hair too. My initial plan was to give them alpha hair because obviously Bratz dolls have fake hair strands, not like Polly Pockets have hard plastic hair. They have like soft, almost like hair, like synthetic hair. Anyways, I wanted to give them alpha hair, but I just for the life of me could not find any viable hairstyles that were big and long and nice looking, especially Sasha, because I started with Sasha and I really wanted to give her really big beautiful hair. And since I've switched to Maxis Match for my series, like all my legacy series and my other mini series, except for a Cult Baby, everything is Maxis Match now, so I don't really download alpha hair anymore that much, which I need to correct. Apparently I have so little of it that I could not find a good hair for Sasha, so I ended up using a Maxis Match hair, which I'm fine with it. I'm at the point where I've been kind of like giving myself exposure therapy for Maxis Match hairs that I don't really mind it anymore. I will always prefer alpha hair, but it's fine. At this point, it's kind of whatever. Like, either way is fine. Yeah, I love these hairs that I gave them, so I hope you like them too. I tried really hard to find a really nice ponytail or pigtails or something like that for Chloe, but I just couldn't find anything that suited her except for like loose hair like that, because none of the hairs that I have, except for like a few more like anime manga styled hairs, are long enough. All the long hairs are shoulder length or like above your chest or something like that. They're not very long, and the Bratz are famous for their extremely thick long hair, so I really wanted to do that with these, but I just couldn't find any hairs that were perfect. And as I said, I just couldn't be bothered to finding any new CC and downloading any new ones. Maybe I should have, but I'm fine with these hairs. These aren't exact replicas of them anyways, obviously. So I found that the hair is luscious and long enough for this occasion. But I do understand if you do think that they're not long enough. So after Sasha, I created Chloe. As you saw, I really like to do her really pretty, mostly blue, baby blue, a little bit pink kind of aesthetic. And then I moved on with Jasmine, and I tried to replicate one of her outfits, which was kind of like a 2000s boho Y2K inspired outfit, but I just couldn't find the right colors, so I ended up with going with this like lilac-y pink purpley tones for her with bright orange, yellow, and bright pink. And I do think that it looks really nice. I think it suits her. And to be honest, after this video, I really want to do something else with the Y2K-esque aesthetic because it's so nostalgic and I'm actually really enjoying it. There are some stuff that I really love about Y2K and like the 2000s aesthetic, and then there are some things that we don't need to bring them back. I don't need to look at that. But for the most part, Y2K especially, it's so fun. I love the bright colors, I love the cuts of the outfits, and I also try to mimic their like body shape, like the doll's body proportions, but not go to like extreme, because the Bratz dolls are famous for their like extreme features, not only their facial features but also their body. But I did give all of them like wide hips and thick thighs and like really exaggerated hourglass figure, but I didn't want to go like super extreme. And I think I really like this way. Like, it's still exaggerated, it's still kind of almost unnatural. I don't know, maybe some people out there looks like this, but not your average person. But it's not like insane. So I think this was alright. Also, something I would really want your input in is how much would you like to see me kind of making the sim, like the process of me figuring out what I will put on them, like outfits or accessories or hairs or etc. In this video, I left quite a lot of me like switching things in and out, trying different eyeshadows, trying different lipsticks and all of that. Whereas in other videos, like previously, I usually have taken out most of it so that the videos are shorter and it's more me just putting on the thing that they end up wearing and then going to the next thing. Like, I cut out all the other lipsticks that I try on them until I find the one that I go with, so I just have the footage of me choosing that lipstick and then moving on to, let's say, like eyeshadow or clothes or something like that. I would really like your input in how much of the process would you like to see. Do you want to see everything? I know a lot of people don't edit their cast videos, like they post the whole thing. Obviously it's sped up and somewhat like edited if there's like dead space or nothing happening, but the whole process of the sim and all the outfits that they try on, they include that. And then there are others who just include the thing that they end up wearing, kind of like stop motion style. Not really, but you get probably what I mean. So I would really love for you to put in the comments your preference. Do you really like to see all of the process, all of the figuring things out, even if it takes a little longer, even if I try like 50 lipsticks? Or do you enjoy a part of that, like some of it only? Let's say like 10 lipsticks and then it's starting to get excessive and boring. Or do you just want to see what the sim ends up wearing, so it's really short, like it's just me picking up whatever they end up wearing and that's it, no trying on different things? Yeah, I really would love to know your input on this, because I don't really consume Sims content and I also never watch cast videos myself. I just don't really consume that kind of or type of content. I rarely watch Sims content in general myself, like for my own enjoyment. I watch like completely other type of content. So yeah, I really don't actually know what people like, and obviously all kinds of opinions are valid and people like different things, but just to understand what you guys like, I would love for you to comment down below what process do you yourself enjoy the most. And then the last one I did was Jade. All the other ones I could get their facial features and their face looking like I would imagine them looking like. However, with Jade, I just could not do it. I think it's because of the more Asian type eyes, like monolithic eyes in The Sims, not being big enough. The scale to make the eyes big and small is smaller on some eyes and bigger for some eyes. I don't know the logic behind that, and I find it a little bit, I don't know if I want to go there, but I find it a little bit, let's say, stereotypical that the monolithic eyes are small. Like, you cannot make them as big as some of the more Eurocentric eyes. I think it's a bit unfair that certain eye type has less range than other eyes. Let's not go too deep into that. This is not a video about that. I'm just saying that because I could not get the eyes that I wanted. I wanted Jade to have actual monolithic, like Asian type eyes, but I just could not get them big enough. So I had to use another eye type with like a heavier lid, and it just did not look the same. Like, I tried to give her like eyelids that were like more monolithic on her skin details, but I just couldn't find anything that I really needed. Like, it just, the eyes are wrong. Maybe I should have gotten the mod that gives me the ability to make all eyes extremely big or small, like more than The Sims allows. Anyways, I think she looks really pretty, even though she has the wrong eyes. And I really enjoyed the style of her. I knew exactly what hair I wanted to give her because I'd gone through the catalog of what I have so many times with all these Sims now. And I also didn't have any good long thick hairs that have a fringe, so this one was the only one really. And for her style, I used a picture as an inspiration, so I went with like a more darker, grungier kind of style. I wanted her to wear a tank top and then a flannel shirt kind of off the shoulder, but I don't have that as an accessory, so I went with this, and I think this outfit came together in the end. I like it, and I really enjoyed this experience. I did really like creating these Sims, and now since I am still in my CAS era, I want to do Polly Pockets and maybe something else. If you have something in mind, please let me know. If you want me to do a specific CAS video about like a specific character or a theme or something, let me know. And also let me know, were you a Barbie or a Bratz kid, or neither? Which was your like favorite type of toy? Let me know, because I'm really interested in that. I love to know about that. I love nostalgia. I'm such a nostalgic person, so I love talking about like cartoons and old toys and everything. Like, I love that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please do. My final episode of my Occult Baby Challenge is gonna come out this autumn. I don't know when just yet, because it's so long and I have to divide it in 2 episodes because it's such a huge episode. Otherwise it would be like 2 hours, but I've been editing that a lot and it's gonna be really fun. So I hope I can post at least the first part soon. But until then, you can watch all the other videos that are on my channel if you haven't seen them just yet. I hope you have a lovely day and night and week or weekend whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!